damned day.
Perfect.
We
Then it was worth it.
we had a naming contest.
For the beaver?
Through Facebook. All the bunch of fantasy gifts, friends on Facebook put in suggestions and voted. Her name is Ivana Hump.
Oh,
And
sweet.
she pops up a lot in different photo shoots of new products. So
Nice.
So
Nice.
you got a lot of, we're getting a lot of use too.
Yeah.
You know,
But it's-
practical beaver.
It just totally cracked me up.
Pragmatic beaver.
What was lovely about it too is that I just recently got a phone that you could take pictures of, because I wasn't going to go carrying this damn thing around. I had it shipped home, also tax free that way.
Well, how big is it?
Oh,
Fist?
baseball size.
Okay.
Smaller than whatever. And it's hilarious. And I took a picture of it, and I'm sending it to my friends who are like, what the hell? And so it was even more fun when I got to the office and I got to open it up. I'm like, oh.
My beaver has arrived.
That's hysterical. Oh my God. Just a quick note. Speaking, since we're still in the animal kingdom, because we've talked about this before, John Ball Zoo in Michigan, inexplicably, a chimp just got agitated at the crowd, did the poo flinging thing, and hit poor grandma. Can you imagine being the kid that's got that and whatever? And grandma was not antagonizing the chimp, for the record. So I know that sometimes when they do this, that whoever is the recipient
they
totally deserves it. But grandma was an innocent bystander, and she got chimp poop flung. That would not make me happy.
No. There's only so much crap I want to deal with. Actually, there's currently right now, I figured, I had one kid, and cats are, you can scoop the poop, wandering around with a baggie full of crap. I love dogs. I will get doggy snuggles and stuff like that, but I don't want to take care of a dog because it's the poop element.
And you know what's so funny? I have 2 dogs and I can deal with dog poop all day, but the cat box, I make Carl do it. I can't. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, everybody, it's just
Possibly the terrible smell of ammonia that burns your nostrils.
well,
Throw it out there.
Yeah.
Thanks for not shaming me.
But I had this conversation when someone was talking about kids, and I was like, oh, kids are dirty little
Oh, they're moist.
shit buckets.
No,
Germ
moist.
factories,
They are
parasites,
children-
parasites.
Yeah, children are moist.
And then someone's like, well, you want, and I'm like, here, I get it. Like, you love your kids, so you don't mind that you clean their shit and their pee and their vomit and their snot and their boogers and all the other things that, like, kids are gross. It
they
is
are.
the fact. You can't deny it.
That's true.
But you love them, so it's okay. Like, I love my cat, so I will pick up his puke and scoop his box. I've made that,
Commitment.
I made the commitment and
Yeah.
the trade-off. Cat snuggles, occasionally picking up puke.
Yeah, I have cat puke that I'm ignoring at the house right now.
Oh.
It's on the white shag carpet, and it's easier to pick up when it's dry. We all know that.
That's true.
It's not in a walking path. I don't have anyone coming over to the house.
Okay, so you just didn't bother this morning. It's not like it's been there for a week, and you're like science project watching the.
I saw it this morning, and I just went, oh, I can't. I can't. It's too early. My cats get a raw food diet, so it's horribly, horribly disgusting. And I just was not mentally prepared for this. I'll go home and we'll take care of it, scrub it, and it'll be fine. I've got the tools. I've got the gloves. But I was like, oh, not this morning. There's not enough coffee in the world to get me to deal with this morning.
The worst is when you hear him. I've done it. I've heard him in the middle of the night. They'll wake me up. I hear him puking, and I'm like, oh God, in like 5 to 6 hours, it's gonna have to deal with that. It's gonna come back to haunt me.
Like your kids, because I've had, my kid is not really that, all that ill, but there's just stuff you have to deal with. And I honestly knew that I was ready for parenthood. My friends who had kids first, their kid, we were at a friend's coffee shop opening, and the kid looked up to me and said, will you take me to the potty? She was potty training. I just went, oh, whatever. I said, you okay with this? And I looked at her and I said, what? I did about, and then early, and then a little bit after that, this is when I figured out that kids are moist, because my godson came barreling at me, and I looked at him and I'm like, there is nothing not wet or sticky on him from head to toe, because it was a toddler in the summer and we were outdoors, and I'm like, whatever, and, or when a kid hands you something, you don't even pay attention to it. Oh, whatever. Okay. You just don't care.
Yep.
And I realized I had hit these points, and I'm like, oh, whatever. But I've not. Yeah. Then again, when my friends would do dumb things when they were younger, the gal when I got really drunk on the train in Spain, and I'm the one that had to hold her over the toilet, and then I couldn't find her clothes, so I had to go change her into my spare clothes.
Oh.
I'm like, no, whatever. I can take care of other people. It's just not a problem. So.
Very cool.
Maybe I was always training for that. I don't know, but it's never, whatever. I'll take care of you.
Well, people who aren't ready for it, the dick click. It's an alternative for vasectomies. It's a valve.
I've seen. Okay, so is it out? Yeah, I know they were working on it.
Yeah, they're still working on it.
Okay.
A recent article link will be on Great Northern Sex Cast. The valve insertion, half an hour, but I don't know what that means. Like living with hardware, I couldn't really glean it from the article. So I'm sure it's a very interesting concept. Turn it off, turn it on. Yeah. I just don't know what that's like if you have a permanent, how invasive and weird that is.
I can't imagine.
I
I can't imagine that it would be any more invasive than having to have a pacemaker, or when I had metal in my ankle to hold it together, or other folks that have stuff. I mean,
yeah, but there's a switch somewhere.
Probably just. I'm sure it's probably. I'm sure it's in the testicles, and you can reach in there. They're moldable.
I don't know. Megan and I are not sold.
I don't have the parts, but I could see,
guys yank on their crotches enough as it is. Can you imagine?
Because I'm just thinking you would have to have the switch so hard to access that you don't do it accidentally. That where would that end up?
Yeah.
I'm
trying. I'll be curious.
How do you get on a bike seat?
About that. And then, do you check to make sure? How do you know which is the on position and which is the off position? And then how do you check? Just going through there.
See, I'm just saying it's under development. Interesting idea. Got some skepticism.
But how often do you need
to turn it on or off?
To turn it on and off.
Yeah, I mean it's not. Yeah,
reverse vasectomies are pretty feasible and seem fairly effective. So.
Maybe it's implanted and it's just the doctor has to do it because, like you said, how often do you really need to do this?
Right, right. Yeah, so I don't know. I'd almost rather
just an easier way of, that's probably more like that.
Yeah,
I bet you anything. It goes in. You want to try.
I'm just imagining a button right by the.
But you can have like
gonads,
and then you have like 3 or 4 kids or whatever, one kid or whatever you want, and then you go. It's like, okay, you need a break, and then you switch it back off.
Yeah. Although it's not a button, it's totally a toggle switch.
Okay,
that's what I'm picturing.
Well, no,
makes sense.
I'm thinking there's an app, and you. Who needs all
that? Hopefully, it's not. Hopefully, doesn't get hacked.
Oh, that's funny. This one, you guys, is really too hard to describe, but it's funnier than all get out if you look at it. So I'm going to reference it. Meg will link this up to the Facebook page. This 27-year-old woman from Virginia went on Twitter and did this whole entire, there's a lot of work went into this, a lot of creativity, some damn good writing, but it's all about gay Disney villains. And she's got all these famous ones, and the descriptions are absolutely hysterically funny. She's at Hate Holly is who it is, and you can go look this up and read it. It's hysterical. And go ahead.
I've been such down a gay Disney rabbit hole ever with the whole Beauty and the Beast controversy, if you will. And it's crazy how many characters. The problem is that Disney has kind of had a lot of gay characters as terrible stereotypes, which I'm sure is most of these villains. Yeah. Like the character in Beauty and the Beast, who is now gay. If you watch the animated show movie, he is already pretty gay. Like it's not that much of a reach.
No, LeFou.
His name is flippin' LeFou, right? Yeah. Or I know they talk about the guy from Pocahontas. And it's like the problem is these are all they're gay people are often villains because the idea of like a foppish to take that stereotype villain is hilarious. I don't know if they think it's funny or super effective, but I've been doing a lot of thinking about this recently, about how there were a lot of gay characters, but always they're what is called coded gay, which essentially means that they fit a usually negative gay stereotype and are often villains, like Scar. Scar is a really good example. A lot of people think that Scar is coded gay.
Yeah, well, I mean, most Disney is ripe with stereotypes anyway.
It's true.
Parents are either step parents are evil.
Your mom's gonna die.
Yeah,
sorry, kid.
Early women just want a husband. Although latest ones, don't. They're doing okay. Or enjoying Moana.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, and but it's just, but even folks had issues with that. I can't imagine that if there's any particular sort of entertainment that someone wouldn't find fault with out there.
Yeah,
it's going through there, but I think they're getting, just you keep going. I think they keep going forward. You're never going to get it all right. But I've always, enjoyed the majority of the Disney stuff I've done. And honestly, though, when you go there and you're like, hey, there's someone in a Mickey Mouse costume, and then you get close, you're like, it's Mickey. I don't know how they do it, but they just do.
It is way better. I mean, if you watch, you can find some interesting stuff. There was some just racist as hell cartoons back in the day. Like Disney put out some racist stuff.
Some of the old Tom and Jerry's and old stuff like that. And it's good to have it there as education. I wouldn't put it out without. Or if it was out on a DVD, just if it wasn't in a separate section with an explanation of the times, why it's done, it's like that. You need to have that. You don't just throw it out.
I saw a whole program. They did it at the Trilon Micro Theater where they did like this whole big thing, and they discussed the history and showed all these examples. Like it was a big educational program or a film event about the racism prevalent in Disney.
Well, God, we could go back through entertainment history and find isms just about anywhere you want. The honeymooners much? My God. Misogynistic much? Good Lord.
It's like with the Disney thing when people are like, oh, Walt Disney would be rolling over in his grave. And I'm like, his Jew-hating grave? Like, he's not necessarily. There's a lot of stories that suggest he's not the highest standard of what beliefs that should now be acceptable.
Well, it's an interesting, I think, Colleen, your point is to put a context to it is it's a great learning opportunity for people. It really, truly is. We are actually out of time here at the Great Northern Sex Cast. Much more to get to, but there's always somebody doing something naked somewhere, and we'll have much more of that, of course, next week. Anything of timeliness, store-wise, we didn't touch on?
Coming up, the St. Louis Park store, please watch their Facebook page and our main Facebook page. We're going to be replacing the slat wall. So we'll be closed for 2 days, on a Monday and a Tuesday. I'm blanking. Is it the 24th, 25th, 23rd, something like that?
Yes, because 23rd is when we'll be there. Yeah. That's the Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. So the 24th, 25th. And we will be replacing the slat wall there and some new fixtures and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward. And Megan was the recipient of a lovely comment from a customer the other day about how much they enjoyed the Crystal store and our redo. And I'm like, oh, good. Everyone's been working so hard.
That's awesome.
So it was nice to hear that folks really liked what we've been doing to re-merchandise and just show off. Because things change, packaging change, products change, lines change, and you need to, every retail person needs to, look at what they have and make sure it's displayed and done well. And so,
can't rely on pegboard and mirrored slat anymore.
Oh, my dear. We started off with pegboard, and then I made a very, very bad 90s. If anyone remembers the original Coon Rapids store, feel free. It's my fault.
Okay.
I take full responsibility for the pink and blue spun painting and the mirrored slat wall. I
sign of the times.
Oh yeah, it was very, very bad.
Bad. Okay, a couple days closing, but we're amping up to summer. The weather's getting nice. Watch for the newsletter. Sign up, Colleen. You don't spam. And Miss Megan is the dominatrix of our Great Northern Sex Cast Facebook page. And check out the BDSM dollhouse stuff. It's amazing.
It is. I want to be a tiny little doll now.